YouTube and family, my name is Michaela Deshawn. Welcome back to my channel. You already know, guys, I'm back like I never left. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. So how have you guys been? How's everybody been doing? How's your week going? How's school, work, life? What do you guys have going on? Today's video is just gonna be a little different, something I've done before, but I was just kind of thinking about different things and really kind of evaluating my channel. And something that I focus on heavily is like encouragement and positivity and bringing smiles to your faces. Hope that you laugh. I hope that you leave uplifted whenever you leave my channel. Speaking of that, I hope you guys enjoyed my video last week of my story time. Your girl has had a lot of life experiences. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already seen that video, go ahead and tap into that. Pause here, go watch that, and then come back, because I promise you, you will be laughing the entire time. So this week's video is going to be a little different. Like I was saying earlier, something I really try to focus on is positivity, encouragement. But a lot of things that I focus on, I realize, is mental health, and really tapping into those things and, asking for help when we need it and different things of that nature. So today's video is going to be a mental health check-in with everyone. I'll go ahead and kind of tell you guys how I've been doing. I feel like I'm in like a transitional period in my life. I'm 24. I'm 24 years old. And I feel like, in your early, I guess I'm in my mid-20s now, early mid-20s. I'm kind of in this phase of life where I feel like I should be doing so much more. I feel like I should have this done, that done, this done, that done, and everything like that. And so if I don't have this, that, and the other done, I kind of feel like, man, I'm such a failure. Man, I'm this, man, I'm that, or whatever the case may be. But in reality, nobody put those pressures, nobody put those titles on me but myself. And so I'm kind of learning to live at God's pace. And I was talking to a great friend of mine, Joseph, if you're watching this, shout out to you. And, we were talking back and forth. And he was like, I'm living at God's pace. And I don't know why that resonated with me so much, but it resonated with me. And I'm like, yo, I realized like I just be ripping and running and going and going and going, that I don't think I've ever really learned how to just live. It may seem like about my story times, but that's when I say by happenstance, it really is by happenstance. But I don't think I've ever learned how to just be satisfied. Not to say you should always strive for better, but learn to be present in the moment. And so I kind of struggle with that. And so now I'm in this phase of life where I feel like I'm learning how to be myself. I'm learning how to, and I'm always myself, but I guess I'm learning myself. I realize I don't really know what I like to do for fun, because I'm always like busy, but I'm always busy filling my time up with doing for other people, but never doing for myself, if that makes sense. So I'm the first one to say, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. But I never, I don't have time for myself. So then now I don't really know what I like to do for fun. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just kind of diving into me and focusing on myself. And I'm like 24 years old, So that's kind of where I am with that. Like I said earlier, I'm in a transitional phase. Like, I feel like I should have so much else going on and so much more accomplished. And I feel like, man, I should be farther along. But then I'm like, well, I'm only 24. Then I'm like, well, 24 is old. And so now I'm just learning, like, God, everything you have for me is for me, regardless, like point blank, period. So I need to be learned. God, if you have me here, then I must be here for a reason, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on. Transitioning into other things. I also have a lot of life transitions going on, and even, things that I've been working on that I feel like, man, I didn't accomplish in this amount of time. I'm like, you know what, God, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. So one thing about me, mistakes happen. You know what I mean? When I make a mistake, I own up to it. I keep it pushing. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Let me apologize. Who I need to apologize to, if there's anyone that needs to be apologized to. And my next step is, what can I do to fix it? What am I doing to aid in this issue? What's my next step? What's my next move? So I never truly dwell on issues too much. So whenever I do find myself kind of wandering or kind of get into that state of mind where I'm like, oh man, I cut it dead, because at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. You gotta learn to keep pushing and keep persevering. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on. I know it probably sounds a little jumbled, but that's my little everything, y'all. I know it probably sounds a little jumbled, but I'm keeping it real with y'all. That's how my brain works. I just be going. But that's where I've been at with that. Overall, I think I've been in a pretty good headspace for the most part. Keeping myself in a good headspace. I realize I'm a habitual worrier. I worry all the time. I'm worrying in my sleep. I'm thinking all the time. I'm thinking in my sleep. I'm thinking subconsciously. I'm thinking while I'm talking to somebody. I'm thinking, oh my, okay, what are we gonna do about that? Okay, man, okay, I forgot about that. So what's my next step with that? While I'm having a full-blown conversation with people. So I realize like, yo, I don't really be present all the time in the moment. And so then like I could have did X, Y, Z, really fun, but I realized I didn't truly enjoy it because I wasn't truly present. And so that's something I've been working on, is like taking baby steps, learning to live in the moment, take time for myself, and really like remove distractions. So like I'll turn my phone off. If I feel myself starting to worry, I'm like, Michaela, like relax, like chill out, like focus on what you got going on right now. So that's kind of what I've been doing with that. I've been working on positive encouragement, positive reinforcements, like with myself. I dropped a video some time ago where I talked about the power in our words and what we say and how much impact that it has. We can speak, when we speak something, and I gave this example before, when we speak something, it's like a hand that comes out of our mouth and it begins to create what we say, right? And so then as we go on, there's other things that can touch and agree or cannot touch and agree on what we say. And so it's important to make sure we're filling our atmospheres up, filling our minds with positive things, filling our mind with things that we want to happen, filling our minds with things that we are striving for, as opposed to beating ourselves up, because words can either tear a person down or it can destroy a person just with one statement, with one word. And children are a prime example of that. You could tell a child one thing and you may have just said it in passing or whatever, but guess what? They remember that and they've interpreted something completely different and it messed up their whole world. So then they get up to an adult and they still remember what mommy and daddy said to them, even though mommy and daddy was just having a rough day. And so words matter. And so I've been like using my own advice to really encouraging myself, and like when I feel my mind drifting, I make sure I pull my mind right back. No, you are somebody, you are important, you're doing a great job, you're not behind, you're not slow, you are where you're supposed to be, whatever the case may be. So I've been doing that. I've been doing pretty good with that. I've also been writing things down. Like I still journal all the time. Like when I say stuff in my videos, y'all, like I really do that. I'm not just saying it to say it. But I've been journaling and writing stuff down, writing my thoughts out, writing those things that I may not have the privilege of kind of saying out loud all the time, but I'm writing it down. I'm praying about it. So I've been doing that. Another thing I've been doing is making small goals. So I'm a planner. Like I write everything down. As y'all can see, that's just one of my boards in my house. But I write everything down. Something pops in my mind. Boom, 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 boom. Everything else is attached with it. I have to write it down, get it out of my brain. And so as I write everything down, sometimes like I can get caught up in like trying to focus on one plan that I kind of forget what is my focus for today. So every day I've been writing a goal sheet. What do I need to accomplish just for today, and learning how to take care of just today, not worrying about tomorrow. I can plan for tomorrow, but I'm not going to stress myself out or worry about tomorrow. So I've been doing pretty good with that, y'all. Sometimes it's hard for me because I think in advance a lot. So like if something is presented to me, I'm already like, okay, so how is this going to impact us 3 months from now? Okay, so we need to do this to make sure that this doesn't happen. And this and this. Whole time I'm like, yo, we didn't even get past the first hour of us talking about it. But that's where my mind goes. So that's what's been helping me, is making daily set goals to focus on for today. So that's where my focus goes into. And it also helps like, okay, when I check these things off my list for today, boom, I did a great job. So now I'm feeling uplifted. Now I'm doing my thing. And so, yeah, I've been doing good with that, y'all. I've been going to the gym, just about every day. And so that's been a good thing. Not necessarily like, oh, because I want to lose weight or whatever. Like, I want to genuinely incorporate going to the gym in my life as a life habit. And so if I lose weight, that's great. That's fantastic. That's awesome. If I don't, that's still okay. And that's fantastic. And that's awesome. So I'm incorporating that into my life. And I've been doing good with that and kind of just going. I realized the pandemic, I'm a huge extrovert. With the pandemic, I realized like, I kind of have like a little bit of social anxiety a little bit when it comes to going into like places where there's a lot of people or whatever. Now, before the pandemic, that never would have fazed me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love people. I'm so glad there's so many people here. I don't have to be alone. Now I'm like, oh God, please don't let nobody be at the gym, Lord. Please let me be by myself, whatever the case may be. But I've been breaking out of that. And it's like, the people that are around probably like, what? You know, that's the case. Like, yeah, it is. Like, I really be so nervous to go into a store, to go into like places. Sometimes there have been times where I'm like, I call my husband, I'm like, please come here. Like, please come meet me here. I don't want to go in the store by myself. Like, I just really nervous. A lot of people here. But like, for no reason, just because I've been cooped up in the house for so long, and no one really, I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about the effects that isolation can have on a person. That I don't want, sometimes isolation is needed, but the type of isolation that we went through, the effect that it can have on a person's mind, their personality. That's kind of like what I've been dealing with, but I've been like baby steps, slowly but surely kind of dealing with that, and, you know, just doing different things to kind of aid and helping with that as well. What else? I got my notes written down here, y'all. What else? Yeah, overall, I think I've been in a pretty good headspace and just working on different things. And I kind of wanted to get on here and kind of share that part of my life with y'all, kind of be a little bit transparent with y'all, and just what be going on in my brain, what goes on in my head, and kind of give a little reflection, or like kind of like a daily mental health check-in of what's going on, how I'm doing. Overall, I'm doing pretty good, you know, despite everything that's going on. I'm really like trying hard to baby steps, focus on yourself. Even when someone asks me to do something, normally I'm like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, cool, got you. Now I'll wait, and my first question to myself is, do I want to do this? 2, do I have the capacity to do this? Do I have the time? Do I have the resources? Is this going to put me at a disadvantage by accepting this engagement or by agreeing to do this? And if the answer is yes to either one of those, the answer is going to be no. I don't care who it is. And so that's kind of what I've been adapting. Some people don't like that, but that's okay. That is okay, because guess what? The world is still going to go on without Michaela Brown helping with whoever, with whatever's going on. That's not selfish. That's putting me first. That's putting me and my family first. There have been so many times where people are literally pulling on me from every direction, heavy. I need this. I need that. Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, man, stuff in my house is not taken care of, with my husband not taking care of, with myself, neglecting my own responsibilities. And is that their fault? No, that's my fault, because I didn't prioritize what needed to be prioritized. But that also kind of goes into confidence and realizing like, yo, I am worth something. I am important. And so what goes on with Michaela matters. And that goes first, because at the end of the day, I need to be the best version of myself so that I can be the best version of myself to also help other people. So if I'm good and I'm 100%, I can truly be good and 100% and then extend that help to other people, as opposed to going, giving. And then when I come back, I am stressed out, going through. I still got to do a full-time job, a full-time this, a full-time X, Y, and Z. And so I've been learning that, y'all, just kind of really step by step, and learning different things about myself, and kind of learning what I like. I learned I actually like going to the gym. I thought I would never like it, but I like going to the gym. I learned I like nature. I don't like bugs, but I like nature. I like going for walks. I like feeding birds. It's one of my favorite pastime activities. But these are all things that it took me 24 years to learn, because I've never really taken the time for myself. I've always been helping this person, doing this, going that. And I love helping people. That's my passion. I love talking to people. But what I'm working on is finding a healthy balance with all of that, so I can still help and talk to people and love on people. But I need to make sure I'm able to do that when Michaela Brown is taken care of as well, my household is taken care of. So I'm finding balance in my life. I'm finding a balance, an equilibrium in my life. And so I realized, I'm like, you know what? The God I serve, he's a balanced God. He's fair. So if there is an imbalance in my life, that means there's something going on. Like something is awry here. So I've been trying to find balance with all that. I've been doing pretty good with that, y'all. And I just wanted to kind of encourage y'all, touch bases with y'all, and encourage you guys that, I don't know, whatever y'all are going through, you know, comment in below. Tell me how y'all are doing. Tell me what y'all got going on. You know, I really do strive to respond to each and every single comment, because at the end of the day, nobody has to take time to comment on any of my videos, or like, or even watch, or give me a thumbs up. So I'm eternally grateful for that. But put in the comments down below how y'all are doing, what y'all got going on with y'all lives. What are some things y'all are working on? What are some goals that y'all have set for yourselves? You know, tap in with me. Let me know that. And I just want to encourage you guys that no matter what goal you set, how big, how small, that you can do it. A lot of us had New Year's resolutions, and sometimes like, oh man, we kind of get April, May time period, like, oh man, I still haven't started. Oh, I guess I'll start next year. Wrong answer. That's not how we do things here. Because you know what that does? It gives yourself excuses. You're just giving yourself excuses, procrastinating. It's like, why put off tomorrow what you can do today? You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how big, how small it is. If it's going to the gym, go to the gym right now. After you get off work, go today. There is no set time that you have to start on a certain thing, or that you have to, there's no better time to start bettering yourself than now, if that makes sense. So whatever goals you have set, whatever you guys got going on, whatever things you want to accomplish, make a plan for it. Start working on it little by little, because guess what? Baby steps, those baby steps add up. You know what I mean? Why do we praise babies so much for taking those little bitty tiny centimeter steps? It's because every step is progress. Every step they make, they're learning to master walking. Once they learn to master walking, now they're mastering running. Once they learn to master that, now they're jumping off of things, doing acrobatics. And so even though it may seem small, if we can praise a baby for taking a small, teeny weeny step, just one little step, and then they fall down, that's okay, because babies get back up again. They take in, they analyze, and they do it again. So in that aspect, we kind of need to be like babies. When boo-boos happen, when we mess up, when we fall down, when we kind of get distracted, when we stray off whatever path that we think in our head should be the right path, get back up, try it again. Don't worry about what people got to say. Don't worry about what people got going on in their lives. Don't worry about what social media is showing you, because at the end of the day, baby girl, baby boy, you matter, and everything that you do matters. You are important. So every step that you take, every little step you take, every little move you make, it's going to get you somewhere. Progress, progress, progress. That's what we're striving for. Maybe not necessarily perfection, because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody deals with something. So whatever you got going on, just do it, y'all. You can do it. Tap in with me. Let me know how you guys are doing. I love you guys. Another thing I wanted to say was just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace to mess up. Give yourself grace to adjust to the situation. Give yourself grace to figure things out, whatever the case may be. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. The world is not going to end. The world is not going to fall apart if this don't happen or that don't happen. Guess what? Work's still going to be there. School's still going to be there. Your baby's still going to be there. Your partner's still going to be there. The church still going to be there. The gym's still going to be there. Whatever the case may be, the grocery store is still going to be there. The world will not fall apart. So give yourself grace. Give yourself patience. Give yourself love. Love on yourself. Treat yourself with kindness. Because when you're feeling good, when you're the best version that you can be, you can then really flourish and do what you need to do in a healthy capacity in every other aspect of your life. Mental health check-in. I just wanted to check in with you guys and see how you guys are doing. Let you guys know that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for subscribing to my channel, for commenting, for giving me thumbs up, for giving me feedback. It really makes me feel so special, because I'm like, oh my gosh, people watching my videos. And so that's mad dope. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Remember, you have the power to change your situation, but it starts here first. Starts with speaking those things out your mouth, resonate in your mind, hold it in your heart. Everything else is gravy. So I love y'all. Subscribe if you haven't. Tap in every Thursday at 8 p.m. Turn your post notifications on, because you don't want to miss these videos, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm coming with some stuff, y'all. I've been working. I've been thinking. My wheels been churning. And man, I just can't wait to see what God has in store for us. So I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all next week, and we are out. Bye, y'all.